So Jake, obviously we'll start with just recapping that you've fully announced that you're staying on as head coach at Long Eaton. Just how come you made the move from Leicester?
So I came in about March time to help John out as head coach and to take the lead on the training really until the end of the season. Obviously that was cut short due to reasons out of our hands, but no, I've been really impressed with the whole setup from top to bottom really. I think from the top in terms of how inclusive they are of the women's team at the club. The facilities are obviously top notch and probably some of the best in the league really, and in leagues above. So we're really fortunate to have that. But the way that John structures the whole of the women's setup, it's really well organised, and there's a lot of ambition at the club as well. So I was really impressed and wanted to be a part of that journey really.
Obviously, you mentioned about it being cut short. Do you think that was sort of a key reason to stay on at the club? Because you might have felt sort of you had something else to put forward to the players, but obviously, like you said, the season was cut short. So do you think that sort of made the move more for you?
Yeah, definitely. A little bit of unfinished business. Coming in and kind of being impressed from the word go really. Definitely felt that I had something more to add, and it's a club that's going places, and I'll be very surprised if the next couple of years we went in the National Premier League. So it's definitely a good place to be.
During your time here, just how was you finding it, and what? Obviously, we've got this season and many more with yourself, but what was your favourite memory from your time here last year?
I think the first couple of games I came in and we were struggling for players. We had a few injuries and a few unavailabilities and stuff, and myself and John got together. We worked hard on getting things right in that first couple of weeks, and brought in a couple of players on loan from Leicester. Annie Taylor and Grace Lowe came along and helped us, and a few other girls coming back from injury, and to get our first win at home here to Lincoln seemed to be a big turning point really, and we've not looked back since actually.
So obviously moving on to this season, Jake, you must be delighted that you are able to start training again and get the ball rolling.
Yeah, definitely. I think we were, between myself and John at the very start of lockdown, we sat down and had a couple of conversations, and we got together in terms of what we could do and when we could do it, and I think we planned it really meticulously and done it the right way. We came in small groups for a short period of time. As soon as we were able to train as a full group, we were ready. We planned ahead and we were ready for that. But we've not gone too hard too early as well. I think that's really important. It's a long pre-season this year, so we're just starting to ramp things up now a little bit and head towards the season now. We look like we know when we're starting.
And obviously not this Sunday, the next Sunday, the 9th, you have got your first pre-season friendly. But what can we actually expect from West Bromwich Albion?
West Brom will be a good team. I know a few of the girls down there, and they've got a good setup down there. So should be a good test for us. More than anything, it's a good test for us to see where we're at. I don't think we can read too much into the result at this stage or anything like that. But it'll be a good test for us to see where we're at as a squad, and it's certainly a really good test for us to begin with.
And we'll just talk a little bit on the signings John has made, but obviously yourself will have had some bearing on it. Quite a few, obviously, coming from Leicester. You've got Tara, obviously Annie, some players bring it from yourself. What did you know about them players, and how did you attract them to this football club?
So obviously Annie and Grace came in at the back end of last year. Grace has moved on now, but we've got a lot of young talented players, and Leicester are a great club who have got a lot of young talent in their ranks, and obviously they've got different ambitions, especially this season. I think they're looking to push on, so there's a lot of young players there who are looking to get first team football, and certainly players who've got the ability to play first team football at this level, and I think this is the right place and the right environment for them to flourish and to gain that experience at first team level, and I think we'll certainly see some of those players really flourishing at this level.
Do you think some of the players moved because they wanted to work with yourself again, if they did at Leicester, or do you just think it was like you mentioned, ambitions for Leicester was obviously high and they maybe not have been able to fulfil that?
Hopefully a bit of both really. I think obviously Annie coming in, Annie was an influential person and player at Leicester as well, and knew those players well, so I think all of those players, when they've came down here and seen the facilities and seen the structure and the setup we've got in place here, have all been really impressed from the start. But yeah, I've got good relationships with some of those players as well. So yeah, certainly a combination of the two, I think.
And we'll finish on just your ambitions for yourself, Jake, for this season. Obviously, you want to go up, but what is it for you?
There's some good teams in this league. I think obviously Wolves will be one of the standout teams again this year. But no, I think progressing on the last couple of years from the club, I think last year was the joint highest finish that the club's had in its history. So to build on that and really to be up there challenging, and we've got a young squad this year. That's something that's definitely changed from last season. So yeah, being up there challenging and building up for the future is certainly what we're looking to do.